Hello. Sorry, I had to go get water really quick. Hope you guys are doing well. Hopefully volume's also okay. I don't really remember if I changed any settings from Friday's live. Hello, hello. Let me know if the music's too loud. I think the only thing I forgot to change is whether or not my desktop music is a little bit too loud compared to my mic volume, so let me know. But other than that, we're continuing from last time. And then if we finish, I'll either work on Coco or I will do a little bit of like doodling at the end. So excited for the stream. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are here. Volume is fine. It's normal? Okay. I'm gonna take your guys' word for it. Trust you guys with my audio. So to catch you guys back up from Friday, I think Friday we only did really rendering, so I didn't really show the sketching portion. Let's see. Probably around this point is where we started on, not yesterday, I meant Fridays. Friday's rendering session. I ended up fixing his cheek to jaw, and I think it helped a lot. I don't hate this one as much anymore. But look how his chin looks so funny without the beard covering it because I liquefied them together. But we're just gonna continue working on this one for now. So yeah, if you guys are drawing along, feel free to let me know. Or if you're just resting and relaxing, since I think it's Sunday for a majority of people. Might be encroaching on Monday for some of y'all. But hopefully you guys have been doing well. I really love your art. Thank you. Nini-tin. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, let me know what you guys are drawing if you're drawing along to the stream. I didn't really have anything planned for today because I was gonna mostly be editing and working on commissions. But luckily, we still have this drawing that we can work on. And then, like I said, we'll either work on Coco next, or we will doodle something. Hopefully it won't be too many interruptions either, but today will most likely be a shorter stream. There's a few things I need to finish up before Monday. Oh, I should also do this for you guys so you're not looking into the void. Will you start a new drawing today? Maybe. It might depend on my mood. Like, I do have this one I could also work on. This one of Coco. I could also attempt sketching out one of the girls, the other girls, either Hat Atelier or Byebye, or I might doodle. We'll see. We'll see what my mood is like and how much time we have today. But for now, we'll just work on Olruggio and see what happens. Join Columbina for the 10th time. I like the dedication. I do like Columbina though. Her design's also very pretty, so I can understand why you're drawing her so much. Drawing Flins. A lot of you guys are drawing Genshin. Your illustration of Olruggio is so pretty. He looks handsome, though I haven't read or watched Hat Atelier. I highly recommend it. If you guys are kind of like on the fence whether or not you want to start Witch Hat Atelier, I highly recommend it. Like, watch the anime. If you're very interested in just like the lore and just like the characters and the overall story, highly recommend reading the manga. Because bonus is that beautiful, beautiful art, which is like what drawn me into wanting to read Witch Hat Atelier, besides the fact that like one of my favorite artists always did fan art of it every so often, so I would see the characters. I always loved the color palette, so I wanted to check them out. Very indecisive on how I want to texture the fur, I guess, or this, whatever this material should be. Mostly probably a chill stream today. Yeah, a lot of people are drawing along, I'm glad. Floyd Leach from Twisted Wonderland. I actually don't know which one's Floyd. I know very vaguely characters from Twisted Wonderland. Like, I know them by appearance. I don't know their names. Let's see. Wonderland. Floyd. Ah, okay. I've definitely seen this character a lot. Kind of this textured material I feel like I always struggle with. I have many unfinished art instead of finishing ones. Am I the only one? I feel like a lot of people have like work in progresses, or just have like drawings where you, I don't want to use the word abandon, but you kind of just stop working on that piece for whatever reason. And I feel like as long as the piece is not for like a client or meant for, you know, it doesn't need to be finished, then there's nothing needing to keep you from like having to finish it, if that makes sense. Like, if you don't feel like working on the piece anymore, just, you know, just stop. You can definitely just stop and move on to something else instead. And you can always return back to it, which is, I think, the good thing. You can start and stop like whenever you want, right? Do you have a Discord server? I do, but I don't really promote the Discord server. I'm trying to keep it more on the download for now. Kind of I talked about this last stream. I low-key want to nuke my own Discord server. The crazy eel? Is he based off of an eel? Still drawing Serval from Honkai Star Rail because I'm stuck on rendering. Recently, I'm slow on finishing her. Ah, that's okay. As long as you're enjoying the process. There's nothing wrong with taking your time on a piece. Just chilling, probably gonna play Breath of the Wild later. Oh, very cozy. If you guys do gaming, do you guys have a favorite game you've been playing recently? I feel like I don't game that much, but I definitely been gravitating towards like more cozier games where I can kind of like pick up and drop at any point. Because I've been still playing Tomodachi Life. I log in every so often because I didn't have that much time to play it as of recently, and it's kind of the same thing for Pokopia because there's still builds that I want to do in Pokopia. Oh, he's the eel merfolk. I did not know that. Interesting. Sometimes I want to draw a character sheet from My Hero Academia, but when I think about drawing one, I don't know who to draw. If you have like favorite characters and you have too many, put them on a wheel. Use a randomizer or like put them on a wheel and let the wheel tell you who to draw. Because I feel like even if you feel like you don't have strong preferences on maybe who you want to draw because maybe you're indecisive, sometimes like when you're given like a very specific choice, let's say the wheel picks like character A and you're like, well, maybe I don't really want to draw character A, I'd rather draw character B. At least it will help you like eliminate some of the choices like that. Playing OnStars? Did we talk about this before? I don't really remember, but like Ensemble Stars has like new characters, right? Or like has a new unit? And like one of the characters was also like added to one of the existing units. I didn't keep up with it, so I was kind of shocked to see that there was like, you know, new characters. I didn't think they would be adding anybody. Your Discord invite is expired. I have no plans on renewing the link, unfortunately. I talked about this before, but the Discord has become not what exactly it was meant to be. So I don't want people joining at the moment, and I have low-key wanted to nuke it to restart. Because initially it was mostly so that people from my Twitch chat at the time, so that they could share links and share their art with each other. But I think after I did like the drawing your characters video based off of like Discord members OCs, a lot of people joined the Discord for, I feel like, the wrong reasons. Breath of the Wild is definitely my favorite now. Nice. I know a lot of people like Breath of the Wild, or like just the Legend of Zelda series in general, so definitely a good pick. Colorful stage? I need to grind my favorite character's birthday gacha tomorrow. Ah! I'm curious on who's your favorite character from Project Sekai. Playing Stardew Valley. Very nice. I feel like you guys are also kind of in the cozy games. Hello Curly, welcome. Beautiful model, so cute. Thank you. You do that with your OCs. I feel like it's very easy. Like if you feel like you're very indecisive, just put them on a wheel. Because like I said, even if you feel like you don't know if you want to draw like said character, sometimes when you're like told what to draw or like pinpointed to what to draw, having the choice eliminate and then you having feelings about like, oh, maybe I didn't want that character to be eliminated or whatever might help narrow things down. So it makes it a little bit easier sometimes. That's okay, no worries. I was just going to join to see more of your art. Luckily for the people who want to see more of my art, I don't post it to Discord typically. So you're not missing anything. I'm most active on Instagram, I would say. Because I post a lot of whips and stuff on my Instagram stories or on Twitter occasionally. And then some behind the scenes stuff sketchbook wise I usually post to just the Patreon. So you guys can join the Patreon if you'd like to see a little bit of behind the scenes. Not everything is available for the free tier, but occasionally I will post like sketch dumps and stuff from my sketchbook for free members as well. Didn't have time to game in recent times though. I enjoy Minecraft or Honkai Star Rail though. Sometimes it kind of bugs me that Honkai Star Rail takes a very long time to load even after finishing the Equilibrium level 1 there. Ah! I didn't know if you finish it, it would make the loading time faster. But I do understand that. I feel like, I think it was on Friday I was talking about whether or not I would offload my Star Rail from my phone to my computer. But I think Honkai Star Rail alone, for the download, I think it said it was 100 gigabytes, and I'm like, maybe I don't want to move it. Because that's a crazy amount to dedicate space for a game. I don't know if I want to do that anymore. I'll just continue playing on my phone until I'm then able to do updates. Because I kind of want to play it again. Because I want Tosaka Rin and I want Gilgamesh. Which I know they're gonna be coming out soon. Or eventually. Not super soon, but I do want to get them. Because I still have not gotten Saber. I have not rolled on that banner enough. Hello Waddle Block, welcome. Hello Rhea. Welcome, welcome. I draw my OCs as chibis, like they're next to me, and I'll take a pic and draw them as chibis next to me, but I'll mainly show my hand though. Oh, I think it's cute that you're drawing your OCs as chibis though, alongside with yourself. I always think it's fun making chibis like tiny in their own world as well. So like objects around them are humongous. Because I think it's just cute. I shall follow you on Instagram then. No worries. Only if you're interested in my art. I appreciate it though. I have a very monotone and self-centered OC. They're also gods, but for some reason I gave them all soft spots for children. I think that's like the gap moe. I like characters like that typically too. Because unless they shut off like all emotion, I feel like, you know, majority of people have a soft spot for something. And I love when it's like for a cute or like a sweet reason. I have a question. Do you draw something another day but will finish it by doing a live, or while drawing you want to do a live and do a live while drawing? I've done both. I think more recently I like having less scrambling, I guess you could say. So more recently I've been doing mostly rendering on stream, but I've had streams where I've done sketching. I think it's just harder for me to like lock in. So it's either easier for me to doodle, but if I'm trying to do like a finished piece or a final piece, sometimes I scrap the sketch that I end up doing on stream because either I'm too distracted and I don't think about either composition or colors, or I don't end up liking the character's like face or demeanor or whatever on stream. And I don't notice it until I actually end stream. So I do think sometimes it's easier for me to come with something already like pre-prepared, if that makes sense. Last time I was late to stream and it ended in 2 minutes. Please tell me this one hasn't been going on for a while. I don't know, you're fine. We're only like 20 minutes in. You're good. I hope your Sunday has been going well. Insert the Masaki heart emote. I'm so on the fence though about whether or not I would open memberships so you guys can have cute emotes. I just wish they have like free versions so you guys didn't have to be like members to use them. But I've been doing okay. Today has been productive. Hence why I wanted a little bit of a break by doing some finishing up on this Olruggio piece at least. Dream pet? I would like to know. I feel like realistically in the future I would like to get a cat. But if you're talking about just like purely dream pet, I think I just want like a turtle probably. I feel like I've been getting so many videos about like people having like reptiles as pets, but I think turtles are so cute. But realistically, I think it would just be a cat though that I would get in the future. Also, I wasn't sure I was gonna do a full render for this. I thought it was gonna be more like a painted sketch to a certain degree, but I think I had too much fun working on his eyes and his hair. They were going a little bit more finished and polished, if anything. Hello, Artsy, welcome. One of my OCs is practically a clone himself to make his own kids. He was lonely. Ah, I see. I guess if they're like a godlike figure, that would make sense, right? But then, in your story, are your, like, if the OC is like a godlike figure and they have children, are they also gods and goddesses? Or are they like demigods? Loved your recent video, Kaisen. Haven't watched that anime or read the manga, but my friend was just telling me about it when I got the notification. It was such perfect timing. I'm glad to hear that, Black Polar. I'm glad a lot of you guys liked the Kaisen one. I've been enjoying like the acrylic markers, acrylic gel pen look. Heck, tomorrow's video, you'll see not something similar, but similar mediums. Because I've been really liking the pops of colors you can get with like acrylic mediums, acrylic paints recently. Before I would mostly use like alcohol markers or like water-based markers if I wanted something like more punchy and vibrant. Cute boy failure. Okay, I'm dedicating this week to finishing, or I haven't even started technically. I was so busy with commissions and just like some stuff, personal stuff, I guess. I will work on the comic. I'm literally gonna start it probably tonight, the mini comic, so I can talk about my Tomodachi Life in full, so that I can give you guys updates without spoilers. Because there is another character, or not character, another one of my OCs who's giving me a headache right now. But it's not Kaisen, surprise, surprise. What's your favorite thing to draw recently? I think Olruggio and my OC Selwyn are like the things I've been drawing more or less recently. That's been fun. Winter attire is so fun. Look at that maximum fluff, extra cuteness points. You need to catch up to the recent chapters. He's so... The funny thing is, like, the manga, as like you start reading more and more into it for Witch Hat, I wouldn't consider it a spoilers, but I feel like Olruggio is so moe. So the recent chapters definitely doesn't help that case. He's just very cute. Hi, how it's going? Hello, C2 Draws. Welcome. I think everyone's doing quite chill today. I don't think that's like a mood, but like quite well from what I'm hearing so far. Ah, consider the kids just to be immortals. Ah, okay. I feel like that makes sense too. In my universe, you can just randomly be chosen to be a god if enough important gods agree on it. Ah! It's kind of nice. You can have like a jury of gods. Trying to do a 2 to 3 color spread with paint markers sounds so fun. I feel like I would struggle with picking 2 to 3 colors for paint markers, but I always love the look of how people use paint markers with like a limited color palette. I think sometimes I go overboard with the colors for paint markers, especially. Need to buy Tomodachi Life. Every content about the game I see is so unhinged. I think if you have like favorite characters, even if it's like your OCs or like pre-existing characters from other franchises and stuff, it's just fun having like mismatched couples or like funny dynamics. Because at least for me, I like having my Miis have like free reign over everything. So other than age, anyone can date anyone. It's been funny. The only canon couple I have technically is Sato and Akemi, or normal technically. Like they follow their actual normal lore, I guess. Oh, Jiachi. Hi, Rin. Hope you've been having a good day. Who's your favorite background character from Witch Hat? Oof. I guess it depends on who you count as a... I'm assuming BG is background character, right? I do like the one couple. I forget their names. It's the one guy with the glasses, and then I guess they're partners from like the Knights as well. Because I find their story kind of tragic, but what else is there? I mean, I like Custis technically as well, and Dagda. I do like them a lot. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil anything, especially because like in the anime you just meet Custis and Dagda. And same with Tarta, like you just meet him too. Ah! I caught up really quickly once I was halfway through. I was low-key afraid of being spoiled since more art kept popping up. Yeah, it's kind of hard to avoid spoilers at this point, especially because like even though there's like a spoiler tag for people who have read the manga with the anime going on, but I feel like so many people are vocal about like, oh, this assumption is incorrect or whatever about so-and-so character, but like you don't learn about that until like way later in the manga. So I feel like it's hard to avoid spoilers because of that. But yes, I love winter clothes. Especially for like what you see for Olruggio and for the girls as well. Because I think it's cute. They basically just like stuff their normal uniform or their cloaks or whatever with this very fluffy material, and they tie it off with a bow, and I think it's so cute. And I need more backstory on Tetsuya. So just seeing like her interactions with like Olruggio, it makes me happy because I feel like majority of the girls, like you get glimpses of their backstory. Tetsuya has very little, right? So far. So I'm patiently awaiting for that. I'm not used to characters you're drawing having facial hair, that is fair. But I cannot not draw Olruggio with facial hair because that's his thing. Coco especially looks mega tiny in the winter coat. I'm so happy to see Juji and her teacher. I love them. Juji is definitely a favorite too. And I forget his name, but the teacher who's like kind of obsessed with Olruggio. I find him so funny, but I like Juji a lot. Like her, I think it's her color palette too. I actually really like, from what I remember. Hello. How do I say your name? Koi? Koi... Keiki? Apologies for butchering your name, but welcome. I guess you let them just date everything. They can date anybody, basically. It's like my crack ship island. It's funnier that way, I think. Because I have more males to female ratio. So... it just makes it more fun that if I just let everyone just make their own choices. I don't get a say. I only get a say if they have like what was it? Actually, I don't even stop them from, if they ask like, is it a good time to confess? Or it's like, oh, I like two different people. I usually pick whoever's like the more recent one. Oh, practicing gesture drawing. Good luck. Normally I should be sleeping right now, but I have holidays and I'm glad to have them. Also, recently was my birthday on Wednesday, the 20th May, so it's a bonus for me after a hard week. Ah, happy belated birthday. Hopefully you got to celebrate it despite a hard week. But yes, definitely get enough rest. So if you really need to go to sleep as well, there is no worries about that. Looking forward to more Tetsuya, but I'm also like very emo towards all the backstories. Yeah, I can't wait until they expand a lot more on, you know, each of their backstories in general. So it's definitely fun learning about like what makes each of the characters tick, basically. Because I also feel very bad for people bashing on Egot really early on. I feel like some people still find her annoying, but I promise you, she's very lovable. So I don't know if I want to change the shape of this. He's looking very bulky, but also that looks wrong. It's okay. Do you have Roblox? I have never played Roblox, and I don't really have any intentions of playing Roblox. I don't think it's like my type of game, nor I'm not exactly a big fan of the aesthetic either. Hello Cosmic Zero, welcome. Nice to see another stream. Funnily enough, I was just working on a Sukuna artwork a little bit ago. Very nice. Sukuna is like one of those characters because it's voiced by Junichi Suabe. I can never unhear, because like Junichi, when I think of him, it's like Sukuna and Ardam and Archer. It's like those specific three. And then now it might be Isuhisu as well. It's like I said, we're blessed that he's voiced by Junichi. Oh, interesting. Maybe I think I might. There's some of the background characters like I might have to wait to draw them. One second. Not because like I don't. How to explain it? I guess it wouldn't be spoilers if I draw them, right? Because that's what's his name? What's his name? What's her name? Rishi's older brother, right? Because I do like him. I do like him a lot. And the one character, I'm like, stay back. Stay back from him. Because he's also had a hard time. Ah, gotta go to a family reunion. Olruggio looks adorable. Keep it up. Thank you, Black Polar F. And have fun at your family reunion. Thank you for stopping by. My fave types of characters in animes are the ones that make any moment funny, especially Joseph Joestar. JoJo characters. Enabling gaslighting in Tomodachi Island. At this point, I wish Kaisen had an easier time. Boy is going through it. Excuse me. I forgot, is this supposed to be blue? Or white? Let me look up a reference of Olruggio really quick. I actually forgot, because like the way that his cloak is, I think this should be the opening. So I feel like this should be blue. Yeah, it should be blue. And I'm missing his tassels. Tsundere struggles. Ah, thank you for coming to the stream as well, Mina. Hopefully you don't get caught, I guess. Thanks for stopping by. Hi Rin, hi chat. I'm tired as hell from work, but how are you all? Ah, Utsu on work. But hopefully you're also be able to get some rest. I think today, productive day, so it's going well. We're just taking a break, I guess, by doing a little bit of streaming. But hopefully you can get a lot of rest after finishing your work. I'm just gonna do this because I don't want to paint over it. About the right color. Oops. I guess that this is his sleeve. I should have this as white. I giggle a little bit when I hear Junichi Suabe voicing other characters because I first heard him as Aomine. I always forget that for Kuroko no Basket, and the character says that the only one who can beat me is me. Iconic line. I have like a friend who was telling me about because like she's like a fan of Junichi Silape, so she was telling me about like Aomine from Kuroko no Basket, and then was it Paradox Life? Is that what it's called? She's saying there's like two characters that technically is voiced by Aomine and Kuroko, and they have like a duet together. So it's like both of them feels like both of them are singing, which I think is fun. This thinks about Aomine. Every line I hear is voiced in something else. That's fair. There's like always like a character you're gonna associate with a voice actor, right? Especially if they don't really change like the character's demeanor a heck of a lot, I guess, or like they have like a very similar tone for the character. It's kind of very hard to unhear it. Maybe I'll make this all white. I don't know why I made it blue. Because now I'm thinking about it, if I make it white... Should I figure out the angle for this? I feel like I've drawn his cloak entirely incorrect. And his tassel technically would be fully covered, so because I feel like this would be also white. Let me just see how bundled he is, actually. Might be easier this way. Is there like a picture? Yeah, I've made the fluff very over his like his cloak. So I could cut this inwards as well. Whoops. So it's kind of like this. If that's the case, then this would be white. I did not think this through. I don't like coloring any fan arts I do for JoJo Bizarre Adventure because technically they don't have official color. Oh, I didn't know that! That they didn't have official color palettes. Yeah, I've heard snippets of like the English voice acting. They did a really good job. I'm thinking if I don't make this, because I feel like the fluff would cover it, so maybe this is just entirely white. Maybe the right move. That way we can still have the tassel in here as well. Just depends on how I want to center it. I didn't think I was gonna be changing the entire bottom part of this. I thought I was gonna be finished a lot earlier. I love your videos. I recently discovered your channel. Hi Rin. Hello Emerald. Welcome. Do you still make animation? I do not really. Animation wasn't really my focus. I think I only made it for when I was making videos. Sometimes I finish entire pieces and then notice I drew details wrong, so props to you for checking early on. I feel like I'm a little too far along. I should have checked it way earlier, to be honest. But it's not too late for me to paint over, at least, so... let's paint over as much as we can. Excuse me. I should have done these objects like on separate layers. Would have been a little bit easier for me to color, but I guess we're just gonna stick with this. I feel like that's usually the worst feeling, and like another reason why I don't like doing line art as much, because line art and changing this would have been a little bit more of a nightmare unless I wanted to go just painting over it kind of route. Because otherwise, like, I would always have to like re-sketch it out over on top like what I made the error on, reline it, fix the base colors, fix the shading. At least for this, I can just like paint over top. Even though, like I said, you can just paint over top regardless if you have line art or not. But for some reason, it just makes more sense in my brain. Oh, Alicia, welcome. Sorry I'm late. For some reason, my notifications don't work. A lot of people have been saying that recently, but it's okay. There's never a reason to apologize for being late to streams. It's okay. These are never an obligation, you know? I saw somewhere on YouTube that the JoJo manga is a fan colored. Oh, it's fan colored. But the anime is more accurate since Araki, the mangaka for JoJo, handpicked the colors and felt matched the characters more. Oh, I see. So does that mean like the manga itself had never had any like, what is it called? It's not a splash page. Is it called a splash page? Where it's like kind of like a full spread, but then sometimes the artist will do like, oh, watercolors or Copic markers or something to indicate some sort of color that's like a one page, maybe like before or after, or even like the cover of the manga. I'm kind of curious. Off topic, how do you know when you're done rendering? I can never decide when I'm done. Unfortunately, it's kind of like up to your own preference. Because rendering is like, you're finishing up to like a certain point, and that point is like actually just decided by you. Because technically, I could still keep putting more detail into the hair, to the point where like you might overwork it, where it's not necessary. It's just by feeling, I guess, or like the type of look you're looking for will determine it as well. I love the video you posted on Saturday, felt so immersed. I'm glad! I do want to make more of those like every so often, because it also helps me lock in sometimes when I'm doing like drawings or illustrations that I need to finish, so it's kind of nice to body double with you guys. Do you prefer a graphic tablet or iPad? For illustrations like this, I prefer Procreate and my iPad. Otherwise, like if I'm working with line art or I want to experiment and stuff, I like using my tablet and working in Clip Studio Paint and or Paint Tool SI. There's like an artist that I really like, and I've been watching their streams like a heck of a lot for like the last 2 years, I think. They do a lot of gaming, but I do like watching them also draw. And they were talking about the difference in just feeling for programs. Like even though programs like art programs function pretty much like all the same for the most part across the board with some differences, but I do feel like some programs just feel a little bit different, and why some people might have like a preference over one or over the other. I do miss Paint Tool SI though, so I might go back and use it for painting, digital painting for my foliage stuff again. Like for notebooks, designs, and all that, because that's what I used to use. Even though like it's manageable in Clip Studio Paint as well, because I think I did my stream background with the clovers and stuff. And my starting soon screen. Those ones were done in Clip Studio Paint, I think. I don't really remember. I might have did them in Paint Tool SI. I think I might be blanking. Oh, the colors vary slightly each time. Ah, I didn't know that. I wasn't like a person who was really into JoJo, really. So I didn't really know about this kind of backstory about the colors and stuff. That's really cool though. Also love the video. It helped me actually get this fan art piece done that I've been kind of putting off since I didn't want to mess it up. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad like you guys find it helpful. I will try my best to do more in the future. I just don't want to purely make my page about it, you know? So I'm gonna sprinkle them in every so often. The ultimate question, is an artist ever truly done with a piece? Technically, no. And like, a piece can look finished to one person and unfinished to another, so it really is up to your own preference and what you deem as like quote-unquote finished, I guess. Do you ever have to deal with the shrimp posture while using the iPad? Do you have any tips to avoid it? I actually have pretty bad posture when it comes to drawing more recently. I recommend, if you can, propping your drawing, either your drawing surface or your like what you're using, more vertically upwards. Not entirely, but like I think the iPad case that you guys see, actually I could probably show you guys. Give me 1 second. Because technically I have my webcam set up from recording earlier. Just let me see if this is gonna show anything weird. Hopefully not. So let me move this. Okay. It's gonna be a weird angle. Also, the colors are gonna be super yellow. But the case that I like using in my videos is this one. So this is like my usual case that I bring around with my iPad. But the angle of it, I like having it like fairly, not super steep. I don't know how to explain this. Like it has to be a very comfortable angle. And for this one in particular, it's too big for my iPad because I basically got it off of a friend who bought the wrong size, but I said that I'll make it work. If you work too horizontal, you're gonna be craning your neck and or your back. So I feel like this is maybe one of the worst ones you can do, unless you're super elevated where your back is less like curved. Otherwise, I recommend having a stand. You can use like a bunch of books or like laptop stands, book stands, anything that can help prop up your drawing surface to be a little bit more like vertical upwards so that you're kind of sitting also vertically. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. But I did see arguments of people saying that the more vertical your what is it called? Your drawing station is, it might be worse on your hand. I have not really had that big of a problem with it. I do find that I press my hand into my screen a lot harder when I'm working on my tablet with Clip Studio Paint when I'm doing line work. But I want to say I'm fairly late-handed while working on the iPad. So I really haven't had like that big of an issue with it. But if you can make it a little bit more vertical, that would probably be the best in keeping your posture, as well as keeping your drawing surface like somewhat eye level, which might be hard to do. I'm playing Animal Crossing for the first time in a while, and my island is very messy. Which one are you playing for the Animal Crossing? Is it New Horizons? Because I always forget that one. Not like punish you, but like, do you have overgrown weeds and stuff because you don't play for a long time? Because I remember in like New Leaf, you would be able to have like I forget what it's called, like the green ordinance or whatever, where the residents would technically be weeding for you. So if you didn't log in for a long time, your island is not like overridden with weeds. I don't really remember what ordinances or like things you can put in place in your island for New Horizons where maybe you can prevent that. If that is an option, I'm not too sure. How many layers do you use? I see a lot of people with 20 layers. I never know when I should start another layer. I feel like my layers are like kind of all over the place because like sometimes I save versions. This is mostly because I might make a short with the sketches and stuff, but you know, by doing the erasing thing, the show progress. This one I have too many layers going on, but technically I can merge these three downwards because I mostly color pick. I think if you are more wary or want to preserve something, make a new layer. Because that way you're not really affecting anything else, if that makes sense. So if you're a little bit more cautious or you want to have things to be isolated so you can select it later or color it separately, use new layers. Otherwise, if you're doing more of like painterly-ish method like me, you can always make a new layer and paint on top, or you can just like, you know, paint directly onto this. Because I also had a separate layer for, you know, his beard. Because I didn't know if I was gonna like what his beard was gonna look like, and this way I can also alpha lock his beard because someone also recommended doing airbrushing for his beard to make it look a little softer, but this way I can like isolate it, you know? So just like whatever works for your drawing process. Like you might want to do line art on separate layers. Before I would do, I don't even remember, I would have like standard almost like 30 layers I think when I did like a digital piece with line art, because I would separate eyes on a separate layer, eyebrows on a separate layer, then I would have hair and then clothing and skin all on separate layers for line art, and then you would have all your base colors on separate ones, and then each base color almost had like one shade kind of shadow layer and then one highlight, and then I would have my sketch layer and the background layer. So I think that like total up to minimum like 30 layers before. But even here, like I didn't merge everything down either, because I think that's also another like misconception. I can use a bunch of layers and then merge a bunch of them down, and then people will take a look and be like, oh, you only used like 5 layers, which is not correct. Because even the background itself has like 5 layers, basically. Actually, what is this for? I'm assuming it was just to add more cooler stuff, but I had this one, so prior to rendering. Whoopsies. Lighting, and then more lighting. It just depends. I don't think there should be any restriction, unless you're doing like a challenge. Don't restrict your layers. I initially, when you guys remembered when I had the old iPad, which had only, I think it's the 32 gigabyte, right? So I had very little space on my old iPad because I did not know that me drawing on Procreate was going to be like my main drawing program of choice. And I only got my iPad because it was supposed to be a portable workstation because I was supposed to go overseas with my mom to visit family for like an extended period of time. So I bought it to have a portable workstation, so I did not buy anything that had like enough space. But because of that, the layer limit for Procreate was very, very low. So I would hit the layer limit often. So I just taught myself that I would keep my minimum layers, or my layers to a minimum. So having like the background layer, I would have my sketch, I would have my colors, and then I would merge them together. And then I would basically work on 2 layers before, and crazy, sometimes I work on the 1 layer, which was a very bad idea. So if you're not doing like challenges or anything, just use as many as you like. Don't be too sedentary. Sedentary? Is that what it is? Where if you're drawing for a longer period of time, either schedule in breaks or like, you know, get up, stretch, drink water, all that stuff. Take some time. I feel like that's why I like the, what is it called? The Pomodoro method. Because it gives me a reminder that like, hey, it's been like 30 minutes, you should get up. Get up and walk around. Because that way you can stretch and you're not just like continuously like slouching. I think that was like what was harder for me before when I would record longer sessions, because I would sit almost for like the duration of 6 hours, which is very bad. But because I can pause and resume my sessions typically, I can always like get up and like stop the recording, go eat something, come back, you know, use the washroom, get water, stretch. But I think it's because I used to try to film everything like in one session, and that was very bad to do. So I forget what this is for. Because I forget, does he have... Not exactly a patterning, but does his shirt have ribbing on it? I don't think it does. I think it's just like where his collar is. I think he should be fine. But shrimp posture for like a lot of, I guess, even crafts or... How do I explain it? Like crocheting, knitting, cross-stitching, making stuff with clay, traditional painting, all that stuff. Also very bad for your posture if you don't, you know, get up and move around and or maintain and be aware of your posture. So it's definitely a good idea to make sure to stretch at the minimum. Ooh, what is the most and least amount of layers that you did or that you used for a digital piece before? Least amount of layers would be 1, because I've done the 1 layer challenge in the past. I think it's the one official. Because I know some people do the 1 layer challenge and it's not truly like a 1 layer challenge. Where is my official one? I guess it'll be in my Genshin folder. This one? Because I had to turn off the background color, so this one will be all in 1 layer. Which I think... Yes, I saw the time lapse of. start very differently. But at some point, like, I get into a flow state because I more or less render on one layer. This becomes more or less very normal. But I don't have, like, you know, crutches of using multiply or relay, adding the fancy lighting all at once. And with the background being on the same layer as the character, it kind of sucks because you can't isolate it. The most amount of layers, I don't think I have it on my Procreate because, like I said, I work a little bit more like painterly-ish when working on Procreate. But on Paint Tool Sai, I have hit the cap, I think twice when I was drawing 17, because like I said, if I use 30 layers for one character and I had to draw 13 characters, I think the cap in Paint Tool Sai is like 200 and something layers. Because I used to do them each individually rather than like, oh, merge all my line art, do all their line art together, all their coloring together. So at some point, actually I could probably show you guys the piece. Let me see. I think I have it on this computer. Image. $17. I think I have memory of which one it is. I think it's this one. This one is for a zine. Wait. So it might have been this one where I did all their... Actually, maybe it's not even this one. I think this one I did not hit the layer cap. Because I think this is when I was also learning how to be a little bit more painterly for the background. So maybe it's not this one. It's one of my old ones. I just don't know which one it is. But I've hit the layer cap. But it was definitely one of my chibi ones because they had so many members. Or... no, I feel like it had been a chibi one. Because I rarely drew all the members like if they weren't in a chibi style. Because I've done 6th anniversary. Is it this one? Is it this one? This was for their 5th anniversary, but I feel like it's not this one either. Maybe it was. It's definitely one of like the OT 13, so drawing like 13 members. It drove me crazy. I'm trying to remember what other one there is. Almost missed this live, didn't get notified. No worries. Thank you for stopping by though. Which other one? Because I think I learned after I hit the layer cap that I could just merge my line art layers. Why do I have so many versions of this? Which one is... is it this one? Maybe this one too. 4th anniversary. Their anniversary is tomorrow too. Tomorrow? Technically. Tomorrow in Korea. The 11th year anniversary. Or maybe it's this one. I feel like a lot of my zine ones, I had a lot of layers, but even this one has minimal shading and lighting, so maybe it's not this one either. I don't remember which one it is. It's one of those. One of the ones that have OT 13. Probably has like the most. How big is your canvas? Good question. I actually don't remember. I'm assuming... is it 5x7? It's not crop and resize, which is it? Canvas information. Oh, it is 5x7. 5x7 inches, 350 DPI, because I keep forgetting to change it. It's not super large for a canvas, but it It works for me, especially for like these smaller drawings that I typically like doing. Because I know if if you zoom in too far, things do get more pixelated, you know? So this is an okay size for me, so I don't get too stuck in the weeds, but also I can get all the details that at least I think I want for this piece. Excuse me. I'm assuming you're talking about the English one. You can't, Coco. I guess he's like, what's the line? Like, what did you draw? Yeah, in the English version. If I get up now, I'll ruin my flow state. I feel like I understand that too, because like in the past, especially when I did drawings that were more or less like finished, I think within like 3 hours, even 3 hours, it's like a long time to be sitting down for. So for me, before, I would just knock out drawings like super quickly, and sitting down for 3 hours and you're not stretching or like, you know, going to get food or going to get, you know, go to the washroom, whatever, it's not very good. So take your breaks. Oh yeah, tell me, Coco, what did you draw? Does anyone here get really sleepy and dizzy when they go do digital art? If so, any tips? Sleepy? Sleepy, you might actually just be tired, I'm assuming. Like your eyes might be tired. Otherwise, make sure you have proper lighting when working with digital art or digital mediums, because staring at a screen is also just not very healthy. That's the same thing for like office workers. You know, your eyes need a break. I know some people, I guess this isn't really great to do if you're working on an art piece, but you can have like the blue light filter on. I forget what it's called. Because I know my brother uses it often because his screen is a bit maybe too cool. So he wants it to be knocked back to be very warm when he's working at night. So he uses something else to basically prompt at, I think it's like around 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock or something. It might be changed now because it gets very dark a lot later now. But having ample lighting is very good because you don't want to strain your eyes from having your computer way too bright, like your screen way too bright than the environment you're sitting in. But you also don't want your lights to be too dim, like your screen light to be too dim. Otherwise, you're gonna be straining your eyes looking at your screen. So I don't know if that might be the reason why. Also, if you feel sleepy, maybe you're too warm as well. Because if you run warm, maybe that's like another reason. But I don't know about dizziness though. It might be a different reason though. How do you get to learn anatomy breaking down wise? I feel like for me boxes are too stiff, other things are too soft. I really can't grasp the way the body looks or moves. Unfortunately, you might have to find a way or find shapes that work for you. In terms of if you find something too stiff or too soft. Another way is just to do several sketches like all in one go. Not all in one go, but like to break down the body. Because you can do something very quick and fluid to get like the gesture of the drawing of your pose first and then break down the body into its actual like components. But I've seen people do like even 4 sketches of the body before they lock into like the actual anatomy of everything. But I think also just learning general anatomy and learning about form helps a lot. But I'm not the greatest to talk about that because I lack a lot, especially in anatomy. Because I think for me, I do enough to get by, but I don't have a lot of knowledge on anatomy and how, you know, getting fluid poses or having stuff like anatomically correct, I guess. I keep seeing fan art of Kiefer and Olruggio, like BL ones, kissing and stuff. Well, they're basically house husbands. Because if you learn about their backstory, there's kind of like a reason why a lot of people already like their dynamic. I know some people are just because, you know, BL on the brain, right? And they like that type of dynamic, but they have a very deep and solid relationship, I guess. But I don't want to spoil anything because it hits you very hard in the manga. It's called Nightlight. I think there's another one, because there's one that's built in, I think, for Windows, that you can have it so that it changes the temperature of your screen to be warmer. But I wouldn't recommend it if you're always working on art, because I forget who I was talking to. They have that set up and they draw at night mostly, but they start in the evening and draw until the night. And I think they didn't realize when their screen adjusted to being warm, and then they add another cool filter on top in their drawing to, you know, adjust it because they thought something was wrong. And then they woke up the next morning, check their piece, and it's like overblownly very cool because they compensated too much, even though it wasn't the drawing, it was just the screen. So just know what you're doing, I guess, color-wise, if you're gonna mess around with your screen colors. Get hella EP, but I'm constantly working in darker linen. Yeah. I think also, like, if you come back from work and stuff, right? Or like from a long day of whatever you were doing and you come to draw, and you might just actually just be exhausted, right? And so you just might be sleepy. The dizziness is like something I can't really pinpoint to be for anything specific, unless there's like something causing it. Or motion sickness maybe? I'm not too sure. Constantly tired, and that's what coffee tea is for, but the caffeine addiction is too real. That's fair. Having caffeine also late at night, it's not the best thing if you want to get a good night's sleep, so just be careful. Yeah, I know, but I keep seeing stuff, and it's unfortunate. A lot of the pretty art of like Keyfree and Olruggio is very much like, you know, BL centered too, so if you're trying to avoid it, apologies that you probably won't be able to. People are very dedicated to that ship. Yeah, it's Coco's birthday! That's why I want to finish this one of Coco soon so I can post it. Because we love Coco so much. Can vertigo do something? If you're like sitting down, can vertigo affect you? If you're not like sitting down and getting up like super quickly? Is that vertigo? It's like to do with the fluids or whatever in your... Is it your ear-ish area? Or like they're uneven, so your brain feels like you're, I guess, like turning and twisting, so you might get dizzy. Wait, if you're not trying to avoid it, then is there an issue? I thought you were trying to avoid it. I see. Oh, Listia, welcome. I might finish Coco tomorrow though, because I also need to work on commissions today. Or finish working on commissions. I still have two, I think I have 2 left? 2 commissions left from this batch. So I might try to finish up commissions today, so that I can focus on finishing Coco tomorrow. Because I feel like I'm so slow at drawing recently, but I feel like I'm not prioritizing certain drawings. Like I really need to finish like Tetia and Riche and Agot as soon as I can, because I really want to make photo cards of them. I'm so slow. An entire Pinterest board dedicated to Keyfree x Olruggio. dedication, I guess. Oh, there was no issue, I was just telling you. Ah, I see. I think I took the crying emoji for like the stress. Oh, free all over the timeline. I'm just like, wow, how do you guys draw so well? Oh, the power of passion. I think my friend was telling me, or like we've seen tweets before, that sometimes getting better at like anatomy or just getting better at drawing in general is like having a character fixation so hard that you draw them so many times for like everything. Oh, you used the crying emoji for laughing? That's fair. How do I learn to shade what resources? I think it's just learning form, right? Lighting. Because I feel like shading has too many things to encompass it as like an overall topic. Because if you're doing color, then that's like a whole different battle. But if you learn how to do form, unfortunately it's gonna be this stupid exercise that I think everybody hates. It's like, oh, here's a ball, right? And this is the sun. How is the light gonna hit it? Or like, this is a cone, right? Here's the sun. How is the light gonna hit it? Here's a cube. Right? How's the light gonna hit it? Like, is this lighter? Is this lighter? Is this the darkest? You know? Because once you learn those, then you can apply it a little bit more easily. Because even like clothing folds, some people make it up of like, technically it would be like almost like tubes. And I forget what's the other shape. I guess it would be like a cone, right? So like you might shade here. This is like higher and raised, so there's lighting. Down here might be shadow. Down here might be shadow. And then color is like a whole different battle. Ah, no worries. Thank you for coming to the stream though, creative creature. And have fun at your cousin's graduation party. Because I think like if you want to be able to shade and stuff from imagination, learning the basics of like form first, I think is very good. But also like if you do a lot of still life and drawing of like real objects and stuff, it will definitely help like broaden your understanding on how light hits form. And then you can get into like textures, you can get into, I don't know, different types of lighting, color temperature, bounce light, logo color. There's a lot of stuff to cover technically. I always think like when I work in Clip Studio Paint, I might need to size up my canvas. I might give that a go. I might draw some other stuff later. Maybe next month. I want to try a few things. It's because I haven't done much ship art, but I always felt that motivation. Even with favorite characters, I like staring at them so much I forget to do the drawing too. That's fair. But yeah, that's what I want. I'm waiting for hyperfixation to win over my perfectionism so I too can be insane but happily drawing. I feel like that would always like come with it too, right? Like you might like a character so much that you dislike all your drawings of that specific character until you hit a point of like you feel like you did them justice, which, you know, in a way might motivate you as well. Depending on how your brain works, I guess. Because I will learn how to draw facial hair more and more if it's for this man. Oh wait, Ichi the Witch has a anime? I didn't know that. I remember there's an artist that I like watching and a streamer, And they talked about Ichi the Witch. I didn't know that it had an anime. Because I was interested in potentially reading the manga. Because I'm in definitely more like fantasy type storytelling and like world building and stuff. Oh, the manga chapter. Maybe I still read it. I will read it. That'll give me motivation to read it if that's the case. Yeah, Blue Biscuit has good like tutorials and breakdowns. So it's definitely a good place to start if you don't have like knowledge on something as well. Where do you watch with Hat Atelier? Basically Crunchyroll, for the most part. I know, like, I think Netflix Asia has, like, has the anime available, I believe. I know Crunchyroll is not the greatest, but I just really want to watch Witch Hat at this point. Are you planning on participating in Art Fight this year, or don't know yet? Just curious. I do plan. I do plan to join this year. Is there any updates regarding... I don't usually know, because last year was the first time I joined Art Fight. Are the teams out yet, or are they usually revealed in June? Because it's their... I forget what year it is. Is it their 20th anniversary or their 10-year anniversary or something this year? Something like that? Because my plan is to work on commissions and like as much merch stuff up until end of June. Open my store in July so that I can solely focus mostly on streaming and working on Art Fight stuff. So, like, for the most part, I think is the plan. Because I want to draw as much as I can during July, even though I know usually that time is like also when friends want to hang out a lot. Birthday month, so I will have like a little bit of like family obligation, all that kind of stuff. So it's gonna be kind of busy. Because last year I only did 17, I think. Let's see. Around there. These are the ones that I did. There's some very fun ones in here, but I want to do more like full pieces. I ended up like going to do like... What am I? My brain's like malfunctioning. So I ended up doing more like simple drawings at some point. I don't remember if these ones were specifically more like defenses or revenges, I guess. Revenges against people. So I made them much more simple. And then all these ones were like my actual attacks for people. Because I wanted to do a little bit more of like background and lighting if I could. And then, you know, day. I don't talk about that, but yeah, I ended up doing sketch pages for them because they jump scared me so badly. Potential shop update? I'm planning for July. I think I'm just gonna get over the fact that the tariffs, because of a specific man, is not gonna go away anytime soon. I'm just gonna bump up a bit of the shipping prices to help buffer, and then, you know, just deal with paying some of the tariffs. It's fine. It's so wild and fun. I'm glad to find more magical. Yeah, there's like another one someone recommended, I think, that was more like fantasy magic based. I forget what it was though. I think I've written it down somewhere. I just had to search where exactly I've written it down. But I might ask my friend for some recommendations because I feel like she's been more into fantasy. So I'm gonna see if she has any recs that I can look into. Trying to finish him up so that we can move on, because I don't know if I want to doodle or if I want to work on Coco. Plan to join too. I'll definitely draw one of your original characters. Oh, thank you! Hope you have a lot of fun with Art Fight though. Is anyone participating in Art Fight for like the first time this year? Or planning to? I feel like there's always a mixture of like, some people have been doing Art Fight for like a while, and then some people joined last year, also when I joined, or you guys are joining this year. Is it for the first time? Oh, no worries. Thank you for stopping by though. One sec, I need to plug in my phone. We're low on battery. Forgot to plug this in, usually for tracking. My phone overheats. Also, opportunity to stretch. Hello, Brianna. Or Brianna. Welcome, welcome. Love your Hat Atelier. Alright, thank you, Chibi Zombie. Thank you, thank you. You are, but is there like a stipulation? I think we're done. I don't know if I'm gonna add anything else. Maybe lighting? I don't know. I might, but I don't know yet. I don't have much OC drawings since my last iPad did a reboot and I lost everything on my Procreate. I think even if you don't have many of your own OCs to put onto Artfight, it's also fun to just draw, like, you know, for other people too, right? Drawing other people's OCs. Depends on, like, what you want out of it, I guess, too, right? I forget. I think, yeah, you were talking about the reboot and losing your stuff, right? Or was that somebody else losing their brushes? It might have been that as well. I'm slow with drawing, so I'm scared that if I'll draw I won't be able to finish any pieces and give them to people. That's okay. You can also use it as like a time to, what is it called? To practice. And you don't have to do finished drawings for attacks and stuff for other people. You can also label them as, like, I think sketches as well. Because I feel like a lot of people are probably putting a lot of pressure on themselves to make like super finished, polished pieces for Artfight. You don't need to, it's okay. Like, you can just make it when you want it to be, as long as you're, you know, abiding by the rules. And then also, you know, it shouldn't be super, what is it called? Top priority for yourself, technically. Like, it's for fun, and if it stresses you out too much, you can always take a break or stop completely whenever you feel the need to. Something like that. Kind of cozy vibe. This year will be my first time participating. I'm preparing my OCs. Yay! I'm glad to hear that though. Hello! Ailes? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, another stream. Welcome, Tech to Pikachu. Oh yeah, for sure. I love drawing people's OCs, that's fine. I just wish Procreate had some sort of cloud. Yeah. You are kind of, like, unfortunately at the mercy of, like, if your device goes kaput, it's kind of like downhill from here, you know? Which is, like, I think recently I've been trying my best to at least offload some of my Procreate drawings, like the files themselves. I guess I don't really care for, so I just export them as is, as like all PNGs, I think. I don't think I have them as PSDs. Save them, export them to my Google Drive, and then on my Google Drive I'll just like put them onto, excuse me, a external hard drive, and then I'll delete the ones off of Google Drive. I feel like having so many OCs is kind of fun. So like you get to see what people gravitate towards or like pick out of your OCs, so it's always very fun to see. Talking about Artfight, I checked my bookmark for Artfight and I have about, whoa, 930 and counting. People make too many OCs, silly. I think that's true. Like, I need to sort my bookmarks. I don't have 930, but I do need to sort them by priority, I think. Because there's like people's OCs I wanted to attack from last year. Some of them are like mutuals that I think they don't know I'm on Artfight, so I kind of want to surprise them. So I'll see. I need to sort them because like I kept them all in the same like bookmarked folder, and I know you can have like a few folders, so I might sort them. But it's also recommended like before Artfight starts, because the website usually crashes or gets like very slow. It's good to have bookmarks of the characters you want to draw from other people, and then also save them elsewhere so that you can draw them offline while the site might be crashing on day one. As long as you're not drawing like the characters and like submitting them prior, you're all good. I also want to create I also want ref sheets for my OC pirate crew, and it's not just illustrations from Valentine's Day and White Days. I feel like it's like sometimes it's fun to have like minimal reference sheets too. I think it depends on like whether or not you're wanting people to draw your characters accurately, because like I find it fun also just having people interpret your OCs. But I kind of want to redo Kaisen's reference sheet. Same with Masaki's. I still want to redo them. Yeah, I can type. Last year I had 8 OCs up for drawing, so I'm debating on how many more I want to add. I might also help for me to set rules and goals based off of last year. I think that's a good idea though. Learn from last year, apply them for this year. I do have ref sheets for some of my OCs, but they are so messy and are filled with anatomical errors, so I'm planning to revamp them someday so I don't get crisis when looking at— that's fair. I feel like that's like always hard. If you have like reference sheets from a few years ago or even like a few months ago, you no longer vibe with them, you want to redo them. Because I definitely want to redo a lot of my reference sheets as well. I think I want to redo Kaisen's first. Because I feel like I draw his hair slightly differently. That or I just need to include more like other images of him. I don't know if it'd be silly to add like sparkles. I can always take these out if I don't like them. I'm gonna have to change the color. I feel like the blue is not working. It looks more like snow, so maybe we'll just go with that. Let's add a few more. It feels funny drawing this like in the middle of like spring, almost encroaching on summer. I know a lot of your OCs are on my bookmarks, and I'm hoping I can draw Selman at some point since I really like both his design and Space Star themes he has going on. I like to get as much OCs as I can. I'm glad a lot of people like Selwyn. I'm very glad about that. Definitely forgot ref sheets were a thing. That's okay. You don't have to have reference sheets. It's just it's helpful when other people want to draw, right? So I'm gonna be back in my home country for the majority of July, so I won't be able to do as many attacks as previous years. Any tips on managing time for art or how to draw faster? Drawing faster? I feel like drawing faster just comes with unfortunately, I guess like quote unquote honing skill, because you're basically finding shortcuts in your own process, right? Or your own drawing, what do I want to call it? I guess it is just your drawing process, right? You're finding your own shortcuts, things that you might be able to cut out or do general to specific. Obviously, don't get too stuck in the weeds, you know, with the details and stuff. It depends. In terms of managing time for art, I feel like it is nice to like block out time. Maybe before you head to bed, you can block out like an hour or like 30 minutes. I think it depends on the person too. Or like wake up early. If it's like more quiet in the morning, you can definitely get some alone time, do a little bit of drawing or doodling. I don't know. I'm not very good at like time management per se. He looks so dreamy. Thank you. I really want to work on my OC reference sheets. I'm out of the house and my Wacom Clip Studio Paint is on my table. Wacom, and I forgot to bring it with me. Hopefully you can soon. Hopefully. I will leave stream now. It was quite late and I need to drink my tea that's sitting in my kitchen for a bit. No worries. Thank you for coming to the stream though, Regina. Appreciate it. And hopefully you have a good night's rest and finish your tea as well. Shame on you too. Wait, what is that? Shame for what? This week feels like summer. We started having 30 degrees Celsius this past few days. I'm doing it in my bed. 30 already? Dang. That was crazy. I think here, the hottest it's been I think is around 25 recently. Let me see. Even, I guess tomorrow's gonna be 27. Friday, 26. But it's supposed to rain. And hopefully it's not gonna snow. So it's crazy. But we're supposed to also get a heat wave type thing coming in. I don't know how many people have seen that map of like what's going on with the weather compared to I think last year, and it looks kind of crazy. So I think we might have like a really hot summer this year. Which some people may like and may not like, 'cause, we get dry summers rather than like humidity. Oh wait, that's so weird. On my YouTube? Why is it like that? Wait, sorry, Soupy. It says like on my OBS, it says hi. Hiya, Rin. But on my YouTube, it translated it to shame on you too. So I'm so confused. Maybe I'll look at my OBS chat. Why is there's translate on my YouTube chat? Oh, if I hover on top of it. Wait a second. What is this? I was like, why did it say shame on you? For some reason, there's like a little translate thing next to some people's chat stuff, which is kind of strange. It's like a lot of people who are saying hi. Just strange. I'll just swap my YouTube chat and my OBS to my different screens so I can see this one easily. We'll do this. That's wild. I was a little bit confused, like what is happening? It's like a one way to jump into chat. Loki been making weather related doodles this whole time. I need to stop drawing memes and open my sketchbook. I mean, drawing is drawing. It's okay, Rhea. I don't know about the differences with American and European temperatures, but for me it's around 80 degrees already with humidity and I don't like it. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming because you're American, it's Fahrenheit. So 80 Fahrenheit to Celsius. 26. I think that's about the same here, but that is definitely very much on the hot and warmer side. But if you guys have humidity, that sucks. I think I definitely prefer dry summers. rather than having humid summers. Here's Olruggio. I might adjust the colors later, but I feel like he's already very colorful. He's so moe. Okay. I think I'm gonna doodle, because I'm not planning on streaming for a super long time today. Like, I don't think I'm gonna stream as long as yesterday's. I also had this one. I wanted to draw Albin. I don't know if I'll do that one either. Maybe I'll draw Kaisen or Selwyn. Maybe Kaisen. It's been a while. So let me think how I want to draw him. I mean, I have an idea, just because he's giving me pain. Oh, 18 degrees Celsius in Brazil. Yeah, you guys have cooler weather right now. Because you guys would typically have really warm summers, I'm assuming, right? Got jump scared by an ad. Yeah, a lot of you guys have humidity. I'm gonna finish Chem Lab due tomorrow at you. Ollie looks so beautiful, especially how you rendered his hair. Oh my god, I'm in love. Happy drawing. Thank you, JT. Good luck with your Chem Lab, though. Yeah, I really liked how I did Ollie's hair. I think that's like the only thing I like the most out of that drawing. Do I want to doodle or do I actually want to make an illustration? I'm thinking maybe doodling would be easier. Just what do I want to use? We'll sketch normally. What's that noise? Doodling self-indulgence. The Miku Miku beam, that would have been funny. I saw another YouTuber have this problem. There should be a setting to turn off translations for chat. That's so strange why that's even a thing though. I will have to look it up because I've never seen that before. But thank you for letting me know. I'll definitely look into it. Do you prefer Procreate or Clip Studio Paint? I've never tried Procreate before. I am a diehard CSP user, but I see a lot of artists prefer the other, especially iPad artists. I think for the iPad, I definitely prefer Procreate. I have not used Clip Studio Paint as often on the iPad for me to have like an actual proper comparison. But for the way how I like drawing more finished illustrations, I definitely prefer Procreate. But when I do like line art or anything that requires me to color in things really quickly and not like really in a painterly style, I prefer Clip Studio Paint and or like Paint-O-Sai. But for me, using Procreate with the iPad with the Apple Pencil feels like the most natural to me when it comes to sketching anything that might be similar to like traditional drawing, if that makes sense. Because I have more of a traditional art background. And my favorite medium is like just using a normal pencil. I would love to like find a workflow that works best for me in Clip Studio Paint, but right now I can't. I've been struggling. I've just been having fun like playing around with like settings and stuff right now instead. How I want to pose his hands. Do you like Ibis Paint? Ibis Paint I think it's very good. I think it's just not for me because I like Procreate more because it feels more natural. Ibis Paint unfortunately for me has like a little bit of lag where it just doesn't feel natural for me to sketch in. I think I can get by if I had to use it, but it's just not my preferred art program. Kaisen's face is me realizing how much art prep I need to do before July. Good luck though, Curly. Or not Curly, Detective Pikachu. 1 second, I'm just gonna change. You guys can hear my squeaky chair. Change this. We'll do sketching. Whoops, Kaisen. Is that Kaisen? It is. I just want to draw this boy. My boy failure son. Ah. I was gonna say I'm using your hydrangea sketchbook, say hi to your child, but then I wasn't sure if that made sense, so instead I brought Hansuke over to watch your stream. Ah! Wait, you have a Hansuke? I'm glad. Thank you, thank you. Ah, no worries. Thanks for coming to the stream though. For real? Thank you. And hopefully you have a good night's sleep. Thanks for stopping by. Keyboard ASMR. Oops, I almost gave him Selwyn's hair. I think this is like another reason why I want to redo my Kaisen reference sheet eventually. like this way. Do you know any good art programs for mobile? I feel like Ibis Paint is usually people's go-to though, right? Mobile isn't like Android or Apple or... Because technically I know Clipsio Paint is available on Android mobile as well. I just don't know if that's something you want to use because it is a paid subscription model, I believe. Android? Some people are having some suggestions in the chat. You have the derpy ball plush of him and his actual plush. I'll fund his estate. I love the tiny sprout cat. I do wanna make more stuff of him eventually. He's been on the back burner for a little bit. Oh, good luck with doing the line art for Isuhisu. Ishis? Is that how they pronounce his name in the English? I feel like usually when I doodle, I usually use the 6B pencil unless I plan to color it, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one. Because I decided not to use the 6B pencil, but I might end up coloring this one, I might not. Maybe I'll do like a quick wash or something over top instead. Yes, we're stitching Okaisen. I'm just gonna doodle him for a bit before I have to go work on some other stuff. I need to go exercise as well, and then back to commissions and editing. This is the plans for the rest of tonight. The sleeves are a lot longer. I've been sketching Selwyn more in my sketchbook, but it's always fun to sketch out Kaisen. For maybe the sole reason that I love drawing him and or like teasing him, I guess, at this point. The guy who takes his job seriously, too seriously. I always find it funny that people are like, he beefs with 10-year-olds. Lizzie. I love Utoin as well. And I forget the other guy's name. Sorry, I like looked behind myself. I thought I heard something. You're torturing him. It's too easy. And it's not my fault he's like a complete mess on my Tomodachi Life island. Like, he was already fun to, you know, poke him a bit, you know? But then I didn't think he was gonna be a complete boy failure on my Tomodachi Life. Like, I think on my Tomodachi Life, he's so... I don't even know how to describe him. Kind of stupid. Tone indicator affectionate. Trying to think. I need to look up the screenshot I have, I think, of him. Actually, it might be on my computer. Where do I have it? I don't think I have an OC that is just a complete boy failure that needs to change. I think it's a funny... I was gonna say it's a trait, but I don't think it's a trait. It's a funny personality, I guess, for certain types of characters. The fun police, yeah. They're the fun police. It's like, oh look, it's the fun police. I'm just gonna look up the photo that I have of Kaisen. Cause he's so silly. Oh, I forgot to give him the rubber ducky. Wait, I might put the rubber duck on his head. On my island, I forget who has the rubber ducks. I have like little sprouts now, so I can put them on everybody, but the rubber duck looks so cute on Kaisen. That's the one him of like wielding the toy sword. It always looks so funny. my lord. Just seeing all these clips, I'm like, Kaisen, why are you like this? She really is just a silly little guy. Like, Masaki... He's very funny on my island too, because of Kaisen. I need to knock some sense into this boy. Give me 1 second. I can't find... Because the way they like swing around the toy sword looks so funny. I just need to see where I can find the one with Kaisen. I think I have too many photos. I don't know if I can find it anymore. Should have probably drew him on a separate layer too, so I can move him more easily. Maybe I'll do that. Let's cut him out. There we go. You didn't get caught up on which Hat Atelier. No worries. I don't think anyone in here at least will talk about spoilers, so should be safe about that. Flashback to that one Keyfree panel being from the anime for now. Yeah, I like the comparisons. Because they did a very good job, I feel like, adapting the manga for the most part. Try to be a tough dude, but ultimately a silly boy. Sums him up. I forget what outfit he's wearing when he's doing this, but we'll just give him the normal one. Because I like all the clothing choices. I feel like I found pretty good outfits for each of my OCs for the most part. Even though some of them request changes, I will give them something different. Like, I finally gave that silly little ball cap off of Masaki. He also has like a rubber ducky on his head now too. But I want to doodle a lot of things from my Tomodachi Island. Once that mini comic is done, I will do like a whole dump of maybe their antics on there. I want to draw a rubber duck. Maybe I do have to find that panel. Yeah, it's so cute. I love it. I think any photo I have of Kaisen, he has the duck. Maybe not this one. I don't remember when exactly I gave the duck to him. It's only certain moments he has it, but he looks so silly. I think it's because he has such a serious face. I think I have a doodle of him in my sketchbook too. Hello, Artie Shadow. Welcome. Derpy Kaisen reminds me of Bennett from Genshin when he gets unlucky. Like, I want to give him both a hug. Oh, that's so sweet. This is the reference for my duck. Okay, I'm gonna use the washroom really quick. I'll come right back, and then we'll just finish sketching to fill the space, and then I'll call this the end of stream. So I'll be right back. Did I locked this for some reason. Please. There we go. You guys can have, like, this. Okay, I'll be right back. Why do I come back to you guys talking about the rats? Like, I was crazy once. They locked me in a room full of rats. Jeez, you guys. A room filled of rubber rats. Okay. Koopa Troopa and Dry Bones. Dry Bones is cute. I love Dry Bones. A rubber room. Oh my god. A room full of rats. Rats make me crazy. Crazy? Those crazy ones. The fact that all you guys know that is crazy too. No one can escape. It'll be fun if I came back to the chat and that's all you guys were repeating. Now that would have been crazy. I can't even like say that without feeling it's gonna start it again. I wouldn't cover his ear. I'm trying to think what else happened on my Tomodachi Life that I can draw Kaisen in. It was almost there. Pretty close. Learned it from Discord? I think I learned it from Albin. He would say it a lot. I don't even know where it stemmed from, so I can't really explain it to you, Rhea. Except for if basically if you say crazy, it loops again. So the whole sequence of like, crazy, I was crazy once. They locked me in a room with rubber rats. Or like, rats? Rubber rats or whatever? I forget the whole sequence, but then it's like, the rats drove me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. And you start all over again. And basically it's like a vicious cycle of just saying that you're crazy. They lock you in a room. The room had rats. The rats drive you crazy. You're crazy once. Yeah. Coffee pasta. The sketch was so speedy. I take forever to doodle. Whenever I try to draw super fast, if the drawing ends up looking cursed. I feel like when I'm on a time crunch, yeah, my fast drawings become very derpy looking and like silly. These ones are a little bit easier. I think it's because like I'm very familiar with what I want to draw. Because otherwise, like I would have to take a lot more planning to do. The rats make me crazy. Also, the low-key saltiness I get when my OC doesn't like a lore-accurate outfit or a gift I give. I know, I'm like, you're not the real Kaisen, you're not the real Masaki. You don't like whatever this is. They're not real. Oh, Sakurai Puri. Puri. Oh, yeah, that's the sequence. That's where it loops over and over again. I'm trying to think what else is there. It's another one. I guess. Thinking, how can I draw this? how do I want to... I feel like he was sad. Trying to think the expression. But I guess if he's yelling... Side profiles always throw me off, especially if the mouth is open. Kazuha plushie. Wait, that's so cute. Little Kazuha with the hood on. Wait, is it the little weather doll looking ones? I think they have like a thing on them, kind of like this. I feel like their eyes are more the rectangular one. That one? Those ones are so cute. I guess your fingers would be closer together. Maybe not the pinky. Has anyone on your island fought yet? Lately it's happened more and like everyone can be chilling nice. I actually had no one... Oh no, I fought with Bombongi. I think that's the only one. Not like... nothing too serious because I feel like I'm like an observer on my island and Bombongi was like newly added. I just find it funny because like when they're like pissed, they're like all red. I think it's funny when they fight. Luckily, none of my main cast has like fought with any of them because I can imagine all the drama that these guys would have, especially if it's this guy. Like, I feel like he would be the first, but luckily he was not. There's like 2 OCs on my island that won't get married. I don't know if it's because I play so inconsistently that they haven't had the chance to get married. I'm like, guys, If you guys somehow break up before anything happens, I'll be like, what the heck? Clearly something was in somebody's favor. Oh, no worries. Thanks for coming to chat and hang out with Sakura Puri. So no worries. Mosties are not doing well in their marriage, unfortunately. Oh no. Like, girls is making it work. I'm worried about my island with the... I feel like one couple is working, the other one's not. I only have 2 couples on my island. No, I have 3 couples on my island, I think. Silly Sel. He has like... I think Selwyn looks like this on my island. Like the way how I have him as... For some reason, I think I made him very shy. Oops, should have drew this eye first. Now I can't see the other eye. All I can say is this guy's not making it easy for me either. In Tomodachi Life. I will show you guys eventually. Literally, after today, I'm gonna be working on the mini comic, so I can show you guys the... This is the bull crap. All the silliness that's happening on my island right now. He's literally this. The very shy. Can I type right now? I forget what he has like in terms of his outfit. Something similar to this, I think. I think he also has a duck on his head. At this point, like, majority of the OCs on my island, especially, like, I have 4 OCs living together right now. Actually, I think I can tell you guys that. Kaisen, Masaki, Koji, and Anka all live together. Anka was by mistake, because I didn't understand what it meant that if she wanted to move in with someone specific, if they're already roommates with other people. I didn't know how that worked out. So... the shy guy on my island right now. was gonna say shorthand. Kind of Selwyn. He looks very derpy right now. This is kind of what he's like. I don't know if I'll keep it, but... Oof. My island, yeah, it's like... I've seen a lot of people do the same thing. It's like if your Mies ask you to be like, hey, I want to put a vending machine on the beach for no reason. A lot of people just let them because like they don't have time to actually like flesh out the landscape or like the actual island building part. Tiny Selwyn. I love Selwyn though. He's fun. But let's just say Kaisen and Selwyn are causing me a headache right now on my island for the most part. Actually, I don't think have I talked about this? So basically it's like Masaki. What layer am I on? Okay, that's fine. Let's move this across. So this is the dynamic. So basically, Selwyn confessed to Masaki, and these two joined in, but you guys are, I guess, unsure on who Masaki has chosen. Because initially, Masaki did have a crush on Selwyn, like for the longest time. But the confession brought these two in for Kaisen and Moriko. Moriko did not even like Masaki, so I don't even know if I can put a heart there. Kaisen was crushing on Masaki. Moriko was just like, I'm gonna participate. It's kind of what's happening right now. But I'm gonna draw it out. I'm gonna draw out the entire confession scene. And then you guys will see who Masaki chose in the end. Yes, there's Selwyn. I'm gonna do more derpy, like, little doodles and stuff once I get that little mini comic kind of like out of the way. Moriko's here for the drama. She's like the least, like the last person I was gonna expect to like butt in. Because I think Masaki and Moriko are like getting familiar. I don't even know if they're like super well acquainted at that point. But then, yeah, boy failure, son. I will draw it. I'm gonna draw it tonight, or at least sketch out the panels tonight, because I have the dialogue somewhat condensed in a way in my sketchbook, but it's so many panels. And because I suck at doing like comics and stuff, I'm gonna try to find a way how I can condense this a little bit, but I kind of want to make it dramatic. I just don't know if I should be... I don't know if I want to make them like chibis or if I want to go full out like normal style. I'll figure it out. We'll see. Someone's sure love to confess because it's hilarious. I can tell you guys this. Who have I talked about this with actually? I think only one of my friends knows like the whole lore of my strange island of my crack ships. But there is, out of the three that I have, so Moriko, Selwyn, and Kaisen, one of them has confessed twice and has fallen back in love with Masaki, despite Masaki being in a relationship. So one of them is kind of like on desperate times right now. And then the other one, two out of the three are on desperate times. The other one, for some reason, just won't get married. And I can't, for some reason. It won't prompt. And it's been like 2 weeks. It won't prompt. I don't know if it's because Masaki won't be in their house, or whoever needs to prompt the marriage proposal needs to be in their house. I have no idea. how would actual Kaisen would react to seeing how silly he is in the game. That'd be fun to do. That'd be fun to draw out. I think that'd be cute. I don't play the game, but I'm here about utter chaos. It's very fun. Very, very fun. When is the gaming live stream? I will think about it. I was thinking like maybe once I get the story sorted out for the mini comic, which will be posted for Saturday. I'm giving myself a hard deadline because I need to talk about this to somebody other than my one friend who knows all the lore right now. And it'd be fun to do like a gaming live stream, and maybe I can put like all 3 Donhungs on my island because I think it would be cute to have him on my island. Is the Rainy Pokopia OST found 10 hours? I was trying to see if there was another one, maybe shorter. I actually don't know if it was 10 hours. Let me check. Also, my package is supposed to arrive today. Finally. Okay, let me see. Pokopia OST. I should put rain. The one I am using is 3 hours long. Is 3 hours too long for you, Rhea? The drama. Hello, Day. Yes, but the drama. My Flins was like that. Some of them, let's see. Do the Miis in the game do it on their own? I don't know how the game works. They can do everything on their own, but like sometimes they ask like for your permission. Like, hey, is it like I really like I guess this will be Kaisen. I really like Masaki. Should I confess? And you'd be like, yeah, go for it. Or like, no, it's not the right time. So technically you can block them from proceeding. Because every time they ask like, oh, I'm gonna change my hair, I'm like, no. Or like, I want to change my outfit, I'm like, no. But I will not mess with their relationships. So, and I've heard like some of the Miis can have issues or like, can they fall in love and stuff while you're not playing the game? I don't know if they have to ask your permission to, but they technically can, I guess. But it's like kind of like unprompted. Like I've had one person fall in love 3 times with the same person, and I'm gonna rip out my hair. Okay, so 3 hours is fine. I am using the one by Twin Leaf Lullaby is the Pokopia one that I like listening to often. So it's like Pokemon Pokopia, calming music to help you relax and sleep by Twin Leaf Lullaby. That's the one I've been using because I found so many other Pokopia ones, but they all have like AI generated thumbnails. It's such a waste. But there's some good Pokopia ones that have like the rain sounds, I think. There's some other ones I think as well. Like there's like a lo-fi piano one of like the Pokemon at the onsen, which I think is also very cute. They can definitely lose crushes when they're not around. Oh no, I need to check then. I just don't... Okay. People who play Tomodachi Life, can you guys let me know if 2 characters who are not married, so they're like in a relationship, like I guess like the dating phase, if another me confesses to one of them, can they break it off with the other me, or is it impossible for the me who confesses to confess to an already like coupled up pair? Because like this is the first time playing Tomodachi Life, so I don't know if there's like a way where characters can break up. I've seen divorce happen on someone else's island, but I only have one pair that's married, and I'm gonna prevent them from getting divorced. I let my island deviate far from canon, so it's been funny. I think that's always the fun part, right? Having either all your OCs or like all your favorite characters just mingle. It's just very fun seeing pairings. Because one of my characters has confessed once and got rejected, and in my brain I'm like, well, they're gonna automatically reject you, so I don't know if there is a way for them to to actually win over the person who's in a relationship. If they confess to someone in a relationship, it can definitely cause breakup? Oh, what the heck? Well, then I guess this person has a chance then, because they've fallen in love with the same person again. Just crazy. Wait, when you guys got married, divorced, and then married again? Oh. Crazy ride. Okay, I'm gonna end stream, I think. I'm gonna go get my cardio in. I'm gonna have dinner. I'm gonna work on commissions, and then tonight I'm going to thumbnail properly the comic, because I need to show you guys the bullcrap that's on my island right now. But if I do in the future play Tomodachi Life as like a little mini gaming stream, I think it could be fun also to like make a character together. Maybe it's like Danhar or some other character that I really like. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I think that's it for today. So I'll do a quick recap. We'll go from the back and then go back to the front. So Selwyn Doodle. Someone asked like what was Selwyn like on my island. He's kind of like the shy little meek character right now. Majority of my OCs have like little ducks on their heads, like the rubber ducks. And here's Kaisen, based off of Tomodachi Life and his trials and tribulations. And then we finished this one today. So Olruggio, I really like his hair, liked how I rendered his hair. I don't know why my grammar is like so borked whenever I stream. Here's Olruggio. I'll show you guys the time lapse. Hi everyone, hope I'm not late. We're about to end soon, but thank you for coming and stopping by, Kayla. I managed to fix his face. I feel like the chin was just too wide for the angle that I was going for, so I think I fixed it. He doesn't look too bad anymore. I don't hate it, if anything. Good luck with comms. I'm excited to see how the island drama comes out. Thank you, Rhea. Thank you. And then I was gonna work on Coco, but we ended up just doing a little bit of doodling since I can't stream for too long today. But I will see if I can finish Coco tomorrow for her birthday, because technically, is it today is her birthday, or is it tomorrow because we're in North America? But I'll finish Coco soon so that I can post her appropriately. But this one I don't dislike, so we're all good now. Looks so pretty, thank you. So pretty, thank you. These are also beautiful and majestic. I'm glad you guys liked them. Thank you. I'll leave you guys with this actually. Let me put this on the screen. One second. Oh, maybe I was gonna say I'm gonna put it on my end screen, but maybe I'll just show you guys right now. So I think I showed images of these at some point, because I found it. Video. Let's see. But it's not too spoilery. Is it this one? I think so. Here we go. Silly little guy. But yeah, I think that's it for today. Okay, it's the 25th. Okay, perfect. Yes. Guys, go make fan art of Coco. Our beloved Coco. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. Sorry for like a shorter stream today. I guess like it's roughly around the same amount of time that I stream. I guess, so it's not too late. Or too late? Too short. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys Monday with a sketchbook video, and then Saturday hopefully will be the Tomodachi Life one. I'll see you guys. Bye bye. The true enlightened. He's so silly. That's what I'm talking about. Bye.